Hey friends, it's good to see you again. Top of the afternoon to you. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Buddhism and a concept that's called turning poison into medicine. Now that can also be looked as a way of using one's obstacles as a springboard towards one's own growth. That concept of turning poison into medicine, let me put it to you in a way that happened to me in a musical setting. When I was touring with Wayne Shorter, my godfather in Buddhism, we went through rehearsals for a tour. We toured the States and we toured Europe. And he basically considered those rehearsals as the basic roadmap. But if along the way, along the main course, you happen to find a shortcut that could meet up with him like further on, or it was just a different parallel path, as a musician, he was totally cool with that. And as a matter of fact, if you stepped outside of the boundaries of the set musical piece and came up with something that was unrelated, or somebody else could think that you did a chord that was a mistake, he would react to that in a way that was very unique. For example, if I did like a cymbal crash in a new unexpected place and it just came out, I wasn't even expecting that thing, that sound at that moment, the band might all of a sudden flinch. Wayne would sort of look over his shoulder and he would possibly do a saxophone riff that had to do with what I just did, that either complemented it or questioned it, but to him it was never a mistake. He always reacted to the unexpected, the musically unexpected, as a new event. See? We were playing this one concert at the Royal Albert Hall in London, and on a song that's called Midnight in Carlotta's Hair, I suddenly threw a different instrument in the mix, a cuica, which is usually used in Brazilian, samba percussion, in parade samba. I just felt it at that moment and went for it. It wasn't like a strategic thought that came through me. It was just a feeling. I picked up the instrument, strapped it on, and started doing something that was going directed towards his saxophone line. And while everybody's else hair stood up on end, he was cool. He just flowed with the musicality of what I was doing. So this is how you turn the unexpected into something that would create, again, the springboard, the stimulus for you to surpass your own limitations. And in this way, we change poison into medicine. Perhaps you will see some things in your own life, especially during these times of pandemic where, this has caught us all by surprise. But hasn't this been a moment for self-reflection, for trying other ways of reaching out to people, for experimenting other hobbies, doing other things that were sort of on the back burner and you never really got to, but now that we have to stay home, you have more time to do it and possibly find out that it wasn't what you thought it was, or that it'll take you in a whole different other direction. Another direction of self-improvement, of self-realization. It's also a time of seeking within ourselves, of more meditation, more prayer. It's a time of changing this poisonous, toxic atmosphere that the world is going through into a medicine for your own self-development. And that not only is a Buddhist concept, it's a techno-primal living concept. So I'd like to thank Mary Grove for another opportunity in sharing my thoughts and sharing with you my philosophies on techno-primal living. This segment has been about spirituality, the concept of turning poison into medicine. And by the way, this instrument is called the berimbau. It's a percussion instrument from Brazil. Originally from Angola, it was brought over by the black slaves. And it's associated with a Brazilian martial art called capoeira. They both go hand in hand. In a capoeira class, you'll have this playing certain rhythms while the combatants are training, sparring with each other. So the instrument sets the pace for the workout, and it can also transmit messages, you know, as to let's get more intense. An instrument that was included in my song, The Whales from Bahia, on my album, Latin Lounge. Please feel free to check it out online. It's on all digital platforms. And I thank you very much for your time, friends. This has been Frank Colon on the berimbau.